Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News, the headlines. A 2-year-old baby abandoned by parents. President HH wants industries to pay lower levies. Details coming through after this commercial.
Did you know that you can report CDF mismanagement? Reporting abuse of CDF will ensure that CDF works for you and your community. Among the offices you can report to is the Office of the Auditor General by simply dialing 5566, toll-free on MTN and Zamtel, and to the Anti-Corruption Commission on the toll-free line 5908. For more information, visit our website www.scazambia.org/CDF. Remember, CDF is your money. Take active part in how it is used and managed. This message is brought to you by the Alliance for Community Action.
And now the media news in detail. A 2 years 9 months old baby girl suffering from a unknown condition in Lusaka's Kanyama compound has been abandoned by both her parents. A check by Camnet News at the grandmother's place where the child is being taken care of found neighbors looking after the child while the grandmother had traveled to the Copper Belt where she had a bereavement.
While others have seeking God day and night to bless them with the fruit of the womb, a 2 years 9 months old baby of Lusaka's Kanyama compound living with a health complication not well known has been abandoned by both her parents. A check by Camnet News at the child's grandmother's place where she is currently being looked after found the child in the custody of the neighbors while the child's real grandmother has traveled to the Copper Belt to attend a bereavement. And a sister to the child's grandmother, Memory Chanda, who in this case is also a grandmother to the child, has told this reporter that the mother to the child, identified as Zipporah Mayala, was the first to abandon her and left her in the custody of her husband after they had an argument. The father to the child, identified as Jethron Mukuma, also abandoned the child and has never been seen in almost a month.
Batate bake nabevinze kuchita bwanji kunyamuka kubotuma chefoni kuri mfana after amutumira foni nomuzati nigwirire ko mwana na kukwera motoka na kuyamba hapo sochabe ndemwe bana musiyira mwana we kumutaba ne bana taba papita 1 month apatenda mu 2 months so mwana ankara na bambia bake basista banga.
Miss Chanda, when asked about the condition of the child, explained that the baby had a normal birth but was later diagnosed with tuberculosis and that she was put on medication.
Yotibi bampako ko sifo fine pakefo apuishisho mtuyo yare bafima inanda out hospital ku UTH.
She has since called on well-wishers as well as the social welfare department to look in the plight of this innocent girl, adding that a grandmother who is only selling samosas has been faced with challenges in taking care of her.
Tinga kote no ku sumame no ngamle muri chef yakula kula suma spooni no kuisuma kufikondo euruso ko shumwene tubikire ko no kuchesha afyo kulila ushikubonse tutwatemo afyo buteko bwatwafu ako kuri uyu mwana bare twafuirisha ko koza musunga tababomba ukudyara shupa uwaditaria ni porridge ni sawa shekansipu efyari afi.
Meanwhile, a medical practitioner, Dr. Teddy Mulenga, explains that the child might also be living with HIV and AIDS, hence the reason why her health condition has not been improving. He has since advised the family to take back the child at a health facility for further examination.
Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, that's the likely cause of that. And that can explain why a child can get TB at that age. Because TB mostly attacks people with low immunity. So it could have been an HIV person, not on treatment, got TB, and I'm sure they could have tried to start treatment, but nobody followed up. That's what I suspect. The first thing to do is to go back to the hospital, but now you are dealing with a grandmother. To go back to the hospital and talk to the doctors. The doctors will take over the further investigations and treatment.
Every child is special and has the right to life and be loved, and this child is not an exemption. Prudence Jota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
A latest report from the United Nations UN has revealed that Zambia has poor implementation of its corruption laws, despite having good anti-corruption laws, paging the implementation of existing corruption laws in Zambia at only 20%.
Zambia has come under the limelight for the past 1 year for its anti-corruption crusade not only in Africa but around the globe, a move which has been commended by various stakeholders advocating for transparency. A recently released 2021 country analysis by the United Nations shows that while the country seems to be making huge strides, implementation of anti-corruption laws is too low on paper, standing at only 20%. This has been attributed to instability in the corruption fight, as success levels have been fluctuating in various administrations. In an interview, Republican Progressive Party RPP acting president Kesha Sakapelwa, while commending the current administration, says there is need to apply more aggressiveness to reach impressive statistics on paper. Meanwhile, the RPP has also applauded the formulation of a political party called Citizens First by opposition politician Harry Kalaba.
Suffice to say, we're basically saying I think we should actually premiate more even in the private sector, because corruption is not with the public service. Corruption is everywhere. And if we can permeate more even in the private sector, this will give confidence, even to those partners that support us. 20% is not a good number. We need to get to at least maximum closing up the gap maybe to 60-70%, so that at least the confidence of the Zambian people in fighting corruption is restored as soon as possible. We welcome him and we want him to offer a different political platform that is not filled with malice, hate and tribalism. I only hope is bringing to the fore of politics that is full of sanity.
In a separate interview, Third Liberation Movement Party President Enoch Tonga has also given his views.
We agree with the report when the UN report indicates that we lack to implement the current laws and that much has been focused on the public sector in neglecting the private sector. That is correct. It is therefore very important that one, we enact the non-deliberable on corruption. Two, ensure that those who are holding public offices are corrupt-free, and that we not only focus on the public sector, but as well focus on the private sector when it comes to fight against corruption.
The political stakeholders say they long for a time when Zambia will be an icon of transparency and accountability around the world. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lucy.
President Hakainde Hichilema has disclosed that he wants industries to pay less levies in order to grow the agriculture sector.
No question about it. But it's a fixation that I've seen in the public sector. That if a statutory body charges more, such as them, I can abuse it because we've been fighting many Supreme Court, such as them charging you a percentage environmental assessment fee, percentage of the value of the investment. Are you in the equity market? Are you a preferential shareholder? That even before profits are made, you want to take a share of the value of the investment. I think this minister has done well. We have broken that mold. You will see that the fees will come down. So let us do that on other things like you raised here. It's levy on levies, levy upon levy. But by demonstrating that these levies, once removed, they will help us grow the sector and actually realize more revenue for everybody. I think we're going to go. So colleagues, I wish to say here, can we join in this agenda of the second year in office of the European government to unlock rigidities that sit amidst us? Some are on your side, some are on the governmental side, some are me. When I say government, I include local authorities. Let's not leave them out. Because that's where you operate from, isn't it? Your farms are in the local authorities.
In other news, the Examination Council of Zambia says it has not stopped the verification of results for those intending to apply for different job opportunities, but that the services have been moved to an online platform.
The Examination Council of Zambia ECZ offices across the country have been one of the busiest in the last few days as candidates have been flocking the center trying to verify their grade 12 results, as it is a requirement if one wishes to apply for recruitment in the Zambia Army, Zambia Air Force, the Zambia Correctional Service, as well as higher institutions of learning. To minimize on the traffic at ECZ offices, the council, working with Smart Zambia, has introduced an online platform where candidates can now verify their results without having to physically go to ECZ offices.
The moral of this meeting is to let the people of Zambia know that there is an option that does not require us to physically go to the centers to get verification results or to have a verified copy of the results.
Meanwhile, ECZ Director Dr. Michael Chilala says the council has signed an agreement with the Zambia Army that all those who will verify their results online but experience some delays will continue to send their application even when the application period elapses.
Advising them to make payment using either mobile money or through Bill Master at the Zanaco agents or Zanaco Bank itself. They must print the copy of the evidence of payment and attach it to the application. Then they just need to submit their application. Once they attach the copy of the evidence of payment, we will use that now to use the online verification of results system so that we can verify their results and they will also not be disadvantaged in any way.
And a group of more than 300 candidates who sat for the GCE 2022 examinations will have to miss out on the opportunities, as ECZ maintains that it has evidence of malpractice on all the schools whose results have been withheld.
Imagine you helped someone who was in the exam malpractice to become a medical doctor and they are to conduct surgery on your mother. What do you expect? So the public needs to realize, yes, we have seen demonstrations, we've heard people saying they want their results. They should have written genuinely in the first place if they wanted the results. So we have a process we are following. We are creating every opportunity for everyone who deserves the results, but we will not be pushed to release results for people who were involved in examination malpractices. Then we will be complicit to the crime if we did that.
The use of technology has now been making it easy for the world, and Zambia should continue to tap in the space to ensure that service delivery is not disrupted. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. A 2-year-old baby abandoned by parents. President HH wants industries to pay lower levies. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon.